What is up, everyone? Happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate you guys being here. Please take a second to hit that like button. More likes, more hooligans. I'm going to go through a schedule really quick. We'll start off talking about how I got demonetized while I was live yesterday and everything that comes with that. Then we're going to be covering a video titled "This Makes Watergate Look Like a Walk in the Park." Then we have a video titled "How Do UFOs Defy the Laws of Physics?" Then we have a video titled "Americans Know Biden is Trying to Bribe Students." And then we'll be covering a video titled "Donald Trump Jr. It Took Trump Character to Expose the Full Extent of Swamp Corruption." And then we'll be wrapping things up on the YouTube side of things with a video titled "Trump Says It Would Be Very Dangerous If Jack Smith Sends Him to Jail." Then on the non-YouTube platforms, we're going to be covering a video titled "False Elector Defendant Says She Was Duped," talking about things that happened in 2020. Let me check on the chats really quick, and then we'll go ahead and get her started. What's up, Jackal? What's up, Toy Mafia? What's up, Sly Dog? What's up, Sarge? What's up, Mr. Satan? What's up, Susan? What's up, JT3? What's up, Norman? What's up, Damon Walker? What's up, Nefties? What's up, Greg? What's up, It's Shemp? What's up, Shannon? What's up, Girth? What's up, DeRosa? Happy freedom, you hooligans. So, I got demonetized yesterday, and it's weird to see all of you guys without your badges. It's very weird. What's up, everyone on Twitch? What's up, Map? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Tom Tom? What's up, Grey Wolf? Why'd they put all your guys' name in red? You know how hard it is to read red? I appreciate you guys being here. What's up, everyone on Kick? Is this from today? Yeah, I think it is. What's up, Two Ruby Shoes? What's up, Salty Ragu? Happy freedom. Let's see if Odyssey's running. What's up, everyone on Odyssey? Happy freedom. What's up, everyone on Rumble? Everybody should just go to Rumble. I'm gonna put the link over on YouTube. What's up, everyone over here? What's up, Pumpkin? What's up, Joe? What's up, Elisa? What's up, Jasmine's mom? What's up, Lifelike? What's up, Tapet? What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Puff and Stuff? What's up, PA Guy? Appreciate you guys all being here. Yeah, we're gonna go into great detail about the whole YouTube situation. And I heard I wasn't the only one that got demonetized yesterday. I heard they did a sweep. YouTube is cleansing themselves from the truth. Hopefully they Bud Light themselves. What's up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, Ghostly Method? What's up, Donna Sparks? What's up, Adrian? What's up, King of Dorks? I am happy to see all of you over on the website. You guys are awesome. Alright, hooligans. So, we'll go through it. Yesterday, while I was live, people were noticing that their badge was gone over on YouTube in the chat. I mean, they were there at the beginning, and people were saying, you know, my badge is gone. And I was talking about it because I thought maybe someone's membership had expired or something like that. And so I was going into that. And then I realized that there was names in the chat, up in the chat, that had badges, and now they're appearing down in the chat, new comments, and the badge was gone. So I could scroll to the top and see everybody with badges. I'd scroll down to the new comments, everybody's badge was gone. So I checked the YouTube studio and had a notification saying that I was just demonetized. And they did it to me right while I was live. And I think they did it so they could watch it happen. There's something weird going on with YouTube and the way that they mistreat me. And people give me a hard time about it. They're always like, oh, well, this person shows this, or this channel shows that. And every time I show stuff, I get in trouble. I get strikes, I get penalized, I get all this stuff. And it's like people don't believe me. And they demonetize me out of nowhere. No warning, didn't have a strike, nothing. So let me see which one of these screenshots need to go first. So this is what the appeal looks like, to appeal for remonetization. It's not the same thing as when you get a strike and you're trying to appeal a strike. When you appeal a strike, you just click the appeal button, write a little paragraph of why you think it was a mistake. That's it. For this, they wanted me to submit a video that was less than 5 minutes long. They wanted me to talk about the channel as a whole, like the purpose of the channel. They wanted me to provide visual examples of how I create videos, including how I film and edit them. They wanted me to explain how I come up with ideas for the videos, to show my production process, including any scripts, special editing, techniques, and narratives. And I think the narrative thing is really weird. That's a weird thing to say. Like, kind of saying, like, what's my intentions with showing all this stuff? So I did. I made a video, and I had to post it unlisted, which is why none of you have seen it. And I recorded it just like you're looking at right now. I did the same thing, except the background was my channel, and I sat here and explained everything. I explained how it worked. I showed them my Word document that I can show you guys. This is what takes me so long every day, is I have to put together this information, titles, links, all this stuff. Yeah, whether it's going to be on alternative platforms or not, all my descriptions, all my links for every channel, how all of it goes, all the way down to the bottom where it has my keywords, hashtags, all that stuff. I have to update that document every single day in order to put this live together. And people are always giving me a hard time. Oh, you're late. Yeah, because I'm writing this document every single day. And so I showed all of that. I explained everything. I even showed them on this page, our source. If we're covering a live, we have the source. And I provide links in the description for everything we cover, that we review news and we go into great discussions, 30, 40 minutes at a time in between videos and stuff. I explained everything to death in it was like a 4-minute, 38-second video. They told me that this is basically the rules. I'll try and center this in a way that you guys can read it. I'm going to read it to you anyways, but just in case you don't believe me. What I'm allowed to do is I'm allowed to make videos and be monetized if my videos have a funny or thoughtful revision of content that you didn't originally create, which I think that's what we do. Can also have clips of other people's content as part of a critical review, which is what I think we do. We're also able to have a scene from a movie where you've rewritten the dialogue or changed the voiceover. I mean, we're not really doing that. That's kind of like, I don't know, you're redoing the voiceover. I don't think we really do that, but either way. We're also allowed to have replays of sports tournaments where you explain what the competitor did to succeed or fail. Which that's total bullshit, because every time we have like a WWF or E or whatever it is now clip or something, I get hit hard with copyright things. So I don't even know why they say that, because you can't do that at all. We're allowed to have reaction videos where you comment on the original video, which is pretty much our entire channel. And then we're allowed to have edited footage from other creators where you add a storyline or commentary. Again, we do that. There's only like 2 things on that list that we don't do. We actually do everything else on that list. What we're not allowed to do is we're not allowed to have short videos compiled from other social media websites. Now, what I think that means is to like go to TikTok, take 3 of the most viral TikToks, string them all together in a single video, and then upload it on YouTube. That's what I believe that's saying. Either way, that's not what we do. I'm not allowed to have collections of songs from different artists, even if I have their permission. Obviously, that's not what we do. The beats you're hearing right now are produced by me. We're not allowed to have clips of moments from our favorite show edited together with little or no narrative, which is basically just uploading somebody else's content without actually doing anything to it. Not allowed to have content uploaded many times by other creators. So again, just taking viral videos and uploading it as if it was mine. And I'm not allowed to promote other people's content even if I have their permission. Again, just upload somebody else's stuff without adding to it. I know copyright law. I've been explaining it to all of you and many of you that aren't here anymore since the very beginning, because people have always come in and said, oh, you're stealing other people's content when you show it, or when you cover a live stream, you're stealing their stuff. I know copyright law. I went to school for music production and audio engineering, and we studied in great detail the rights you have for copyright. It's important when you make music. And in music, what a lot of producers do is they'll go and sample somebody else's song, which is cutting a section out and using it in their own work. And that's illegal if you don't have actual permission to do that, unless it's used in specific manners. And because of those kind of technical gray areas, we had to study copyright. I know that I'm within my legal right to do this. So that's their guidelines right there of what you can and can't have for being monetized. Now, we're not doing anything wrong. There is no reason that I should have been demonetized. There is no reason. So I explained to them in a video showing all this stuff, everything I do. And I made an appeal. Last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, they rejected my appeal. They told me it would take up to 14 days to review my appeal, and they would let me know if I would be remonetized. And if I was remonetized, it could take up to 30 days for that to take effect. So they could have approved my appeal, and it could have been approved last night, and it still would take a month for everyone to get their badges back. On top of that, because my appeal was rejected, on one page it says I can't reapply for 30 days. On another page it says that I can't reapply for 90 days. So I don't know if I have to wait 30 days or 90 days to reappeal for remonetization. That sucks. And that really shows what it's like to work with YouTube. Basically, YouTube tries to present themselves as a way of saying like, oh, we have a great community. You can get lots of views. You can make money. You can do all this stuff. Just follow our community guidelines, which is like 6,000 pages, and everything will be fine. So then you walk into the room, you step on a landmine, blow your leg off, and you're like, what the hell? And you're screaming for help. And they're like, oh, you stupid. You're so dumb. Why'd you do that? Now we're going to have to penalize you and do all this stuff to you and treat you poorly and abuse you. When we never told you there was landmines in the room in the first place. And that's what it's like to deal with YouTube. Their communication is trash. It's total trash. They do not communicate with you at all. So, as I'm seeing you guys saying in the comments, what did you actually do wrong? What did you do? Well, they're just saying that I reused content, as not that I'm showing other people's content like a copyright problem, but I'm just uploading somebody else's stuff, and I'm not even here on the screen. That's what I'm being accused of. So they rejected the appeal, saying that my appeal didn't contain enough visual examples of filming, editing, and creative process. Our reviewers did not find enough information in your video appeal to confirm if you own the content or if you've made substantial changes to someone else's original work. Now that doesn't make any kind of sense, because we show the video just like you see me right now. I mean, all of you guys have been here before. You know how we get down. But we show the video, then we go to this screen, and we might sit here on this screen for 30 to 40 minutes just talking. Just talking about what we saw, how it affects us, our idea of how the future may be changed because of, what has happened and whatnot. We have conversation. We have back and forth. And we discuss it in great detail. I also told them that a lot of times if it's live, I give commentary throughout the video. If the video's not live, then sometimes I'll give commentary, but sometimes I can't, because it's too hard to absorb what's being shown and said in the video if I keep interrupting it. But after the video's done, we're still here and we talk about it, and then we'll go and cover another video. So I don't know how they can say that I'm just simply uploading other people's content and calling it a day, as if I'm not sitting here on the screen right now talking about it. So it has no ground to stand on. They're not explaining what exactly I did wrong. they're accusing me of stuff that's not actually going on. And then when I appealed and I explained it and I showed them all of my everything on how I put this together, then they claimed that I didn't provide them with enough information. And that doesn't make any sense to me. And so now I've done the appeal. My appeal's been rejected. I have somewhere between a month and 3 months to try and reappeal. And I don't even know what I'm going to do for the reappeal because I've already explained everything. So now I don't even know what to do. The other thing is I've seen a couple people in the comments from the post I've made the last couple days, or over yesterday when I realized I got demonetized, and people are expressing that they received emails from YouTube saying that your membership has been paused because I'm going through this. My suggestion for everyone that received those emails, you can wait, and you're not going to be charged. Obviously, your membership's been paused. You can wait and hold on to your membership, and if we make it through the storm, you'll have your badges back. Everything will just resume as normal, and it'll be fine. You don't have to worry about being charged or anything. That's what your email is explaining to you. Or you can cancel your membership and then come over to Rumble or jeffmaclive.com and subscribe over there, where they're not going to kick our tower over, where I'm not going to go through this over and over and over again. I hate dealing with YouTube, and it has like really affected me over the last couple of years to the point where I don't even talk normal in public because I feel like I'm going to get banned. I feel like I'm going to catch a strike in public just having conversation because of all the things we're not allowed to talk about, which is pretty much everything that's relevant and everything that's true. And it's really hard for me to say things other than the truth. I'm a big pursuer of the truth, as you guys know. And so that's really all I have for suggestions for everyone that received those emails. I don't want you guys to cancel your membership. I don't want you guys to go inquire about refunds and all that stuff, but it's your money and it's your decision. But I've had a lot of people ask me, like, what's the suggestion here? You can hold on, and I think eventually we'll make it through the storm, and you guys will get all your badges back and everything will pick up right where it left off. Or if you do want to do the refund thing, you could come over and support us on Rumble or jeffmaclive.com, where we won't go through this. We won't have to worry about what we talk about. And if we have enough people go to Rumble and jeffmaclive.com, either or, you don't have to go to both, but if we have enough people go over there, we won't even worry about YouTube anymore. Because they're messing everything up. They're the whole reason why we can't talk about what we want to talk about. They're the whole reason why we can't show what we want to show. They're the whole reason that if we had riots in the streets, I wouldn't even be able to show it because of those community guidelines. Their community guidelines are harsh. They paint it up like this is a playground when it's really a minefield. And the consequences are way too harsh for the things done. So that's my suggestion. I know you guys have been trying to figure out what's going on. I wasn't even able to talk about it yesterday. I'm still broken about it because when we went through the strike over in October, they hit me for a strike for a video that was deleted 3 months prior. It had been deleted and was gone for 3 months, and then all of a sudden I caught a strike. Couldn't go live for 2 weeks or something like that. And then when I was able to come back, maybe it was a week. I can't really remember. I've gone through this so many times I can't even remember. But either way, when I came back from the strike, we were live for a day or two. And then they hit me with another strike for a video that had been deleted and gone for 5 months. And I can't remember if it was a month or 3 months or something. We couldn't go live anymore on YouTube. And I thought for sure when we came back, they were going to give me that third strike. So I made the Jeff Mac Live platform. I was hoping that everybody would go over to it where free speech is free and we would be able to live without censorship. Throughout that process, we got 50% of the supporters to go to Rumble and to go to jeffmaclive.com. And so the only lifeline was no longer YouTube. But we didn't get everybody to move over there. Now this has happened. There's a chance that I may not be able to afford to do this anymore. It costs a lot, like $350 or something a month that I have to pay to have all the software and the resources to be able to do what we do. And because of the demonetization, the financial resources just got cut in half. And I don't know that we're going to be able to keep doing this. And this is heartbreaking for me because I've like devoted my whole life to this for the last 3 years, more than 3 years now. And I'm just hoping that we can make it through this. And I am conflicted inside because if you guys all cancel your memberships and leave on YouTube and we do get remonetized, we'll still be in the boat we're in right now. If you guys don't go over to Rumble or jeffmaclive.com and support over there instead of YouTube, we'll be in the boat we're in right now. And I don't think I have between 30 and 90 days to wait and see if we're going to survive this. I don't think I have that long. I don't have enough money saved up to keep everything rolling. I think we might be able to go a week or two. But if we can't get enough people over on Rumble and jeffmaclive.com, this may just be gone. We just may not be able to do this anymore. And that's soul crushing to me. Because I still have all this drive to do this, but I might not be able to financially afford to do it. And that's all I really have to say about it, I guess. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. They got me. They castrated me yesterday, right on the live in front of everyone. So, go to Rumble, go to jeffmaclive.com, so we don't have to live like this anymore. They're terrible. They're terrible. And they did this right before an election year when there's going to be so much stuff to cover. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I guess this is happening to other channels. This is happening to other people. Same time it's happening to me. How many creators have to go down? How much truth has to be censored before people just boycott YouTube? Before they consider YouTube Bud Lighting themselves? I don't think Rumble's perfect, which is why I'm providing jeffmaclive.com. But it's better than YouTube. I know that their user interface kind of sucks. I know that their app's not perfect. But every day for like this last week, I keep seeing everyone... not everyone. I keep seeing Rumble tweeting out to everyone all these updates. New interface changes, new app changes and stuff. They're striving to be better than YouTube. Rumble is trying to be better than YouTube, but people have to keep trying. And the hard thing is that people are too used to YouTube. They're used to how it functions. They know where everything is. It runs smoother because they're, obviously in cahoots with Google. Google owns YouTube, so they have the money. They have the resources to be able to do it. So I don't know. Let's see. JT3, I'm trying to make a donation, but there's no place now. Am I missing something? On YouTube? That's what demonetization is. No more memberships, no more donations, no more ad revenue. Nothing. Working for free, basically. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm going to read through the chat and try and answer any questions you guys have. But I hate YouTube. And I hate the way that they're censoring, not just me, but everything. There's so much stuff that I come across that I can't even talk about because of YouTube. So I don't know. You guys just need to leave YouTube. I don't want to tell people what to do, but as much as everyone complains about censorship and communism, that's YouTube. Like that's YouTube. YouTube is the physical form of that. And we just need to get away from it. Like I tell you guys almost every day, I do not watch YouTube when I'm not live. The only time I'm anywhere near YouTube is when I'm live. So I can't stand it. It makes me sick to my stomach to even look at YouTube. Because every time, when I think about YouTube, I think about every time I've opened the app and caught a strike. Or being told that something bad is happening to me because they don't like the way I do something. And I try really hard to be real PG up here. Like, you guys have no idea how I talk in real life. It's just fuck this and fuck that all over the place. Because I'm passionate when I speak. And I really water down everything so I can survive but still provide you guys with the information that I'm coming across. But we need to get rid of YouTube. They suck. They worse than suck, but I'm still trying to survive over here as much as possible. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what else to say. Go to Rumble. I posted the Rumble link at the top. If you click that link, it'll take you right to the live you're on right now. But you'll be on a platform that doesn't hate you. So anyways, I'm going to read through the chat really quick and we're going to get started with the news. And we'll figure it all out. JT3, you have a Rumble account that you haven't used in a while. You tried yesterday and it won't let you get on. I don't know. Maybe it's been too long. Maybe they removed your account. You could try talking to customer service. Kevin, that's the first time you heard me say the F word? Yeah. It's because if you say the F word, they demonetize your live. If you say any swear words, they demonetize your live. Anyways, I don't know. I don't want to keep talking about monetization. It's not about the money. It's not like I'm making a whole bunch of money. I make just enough to pay for us to keep doing this and to pay the taxes I have to pay because the taxes aren't taken out up front. It's not like I'm making a whole bunch of money. So I don't want to talk about it like that. It's the sustainability to be able to continue doing this. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Rhyme Time? And I appreciate all of you guys over on Twitch. The only thing about Twitch is Twitch takes 50% and they have crazy community guidelines too. Most of the time we can get away with most things, but when something happens, they don't even tell me. They just log me out. And I'm like, what's going on? And I go to log in and they're like, your username doesn't exist. And then I think I got hacked. And then I have to write customer service and they're like, no. You screwed up and we're punishing you, but you won't be able to tell until 90 days goes by and we let you sign back into your account. Then you'll see why you were logged out and you're not able to get back in. Twitch is not much better than YouTube, and they take 50% of everything. So even if we got everyone to go over to Twitch, we still wouldn't be able to survive. So that's why we're live on Kick, because Kick is the better version of Twitch. Kick's not monetized until we can get 75 people over there, and we got 61. But the best thing would probably to be riding out with Rumble or jeffmaclive.com or Odyssey, but a lot of people don't like Odyssey because they need updates, and there is updates coming, but that's all I know. I see them tweeting out and I'm connected to their tech team and they're telling me the updates are coming, but I don't know exactly what that means. Thank you so much, Sam, for the $25 donation over on Odyssey. I appreciate you, Sam, more than you know, more than I can put into words. I appreciate all the support, Sam. Thank you. Oh my God. You guys over here on Rumble. Look at that. 174 people, over 175 on Rumble. You guys are the best. You're trying to break me right here on the live. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much, Hair Juicer, for the $5 donation over on Rumble. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ghostly, for the $20 donation over on Rumble. You're awesome. Ghostly says CCP tube. That's what it is. That is what it is. Thank you so much, Snooks, for the $100 donation over on Rumble. Thank you for everything, Snooks. I appreciate you. You guys, oh my God. Thank you so much, Jay Sprays, for the $5 donation. You're awesome. Thank you. Jay Spray says, fuck YouTube for the bullseye. Thank you so much, Sleuthy TV, for the $10 donation. You're awesome. Thank you. Let's see. We will persevere through this, says Sleuthy TV. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ghostly Method, for the $20 donation. I really appreciate it. No. You're not going to break me, Ghostly. You guys. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys mean everything to me. This is like a really hard thing. Reading through the chat over on jeffmaclive.com. Ghostly, I think you're right. I can't say that out loud, but I think you're right. I think things will get physical before they get better. Almost 200 people on Rumble. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much, Lifelike, for the $20 donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Patriot Pollywog, for the $10 donation. Patriot Pollywog says, "You're still my favorite son." Thank you. Thank you. You guys are the best. Let's cover some news, okay? Let's cover some news, you guys. I don't know what to say. Thank you. So we're going to cover this first video titled, "This Makes Watergate Look Like a Walk in the Park." You guys trying to break me right here. I love all you hooligans. I really do. Let's go ahead and get this started.
Turns out the media isn't concerned about the new document accusing President Joe Biden and Hunter of taking a $10 million bribe from the Burisma CEO.
Democrats would be quick to point out that that's not what this document does. And frankly, in reading it, there are even some things that could be lost in translation between the Russian that was being spoken by this informant. Republicans are going to point to this continuously as a clear sign of wrongdoing or potential wrongdoing and use it to continue to bolster these investigations that we saw them do earlier this week with IRS so-called whistleblowers.
So-called. Fox News contributor and columnist for The Messenger, Joe Concha, joins us now. Joe, this document should be game, set, and match for the Bidens. Exhibit 1A, case closed. I rest my case. Take it wherever you want. Yet some of the media are calling this lost in translation.
I love the so-called whistleblowers part, right?
Horrible.
As if they are not credible, these two gentlemen that came forth this week, which they bought receipts, and they were highly credible, Todd. Look, I want to be quick because we want to get to Gary LaVox, right? The great Gary LaVox on Fox and Friends All-American Weekend coming up soon. I can't wait for that. What always got my attention regarding Joe Biden is how does he afford a nearly $3 million house on the beach in Delaware? Houses on the beach, whether it's New Jersey, Delaware, where you pick a beach, it's a lot of money, right? And as a senator and as a vice president, he didn't make a lot of money. He didn't do like the big speeches like the Clintons did, for example. So in 2017, he purchased that house in Rehoboth, Delaware, for nearly $3 million. Suddenly that money came in. Where did it come from? And then you hear these whistleblowers, not so-called, actual whistleblowers this week, talk about all the money that went to Hunter Biden and how the 10% went to the big guy and Joe Biden is the big guy, and all that money just happened to come in right when he bought this house. I mean, that's the easy connection here, right? You also have these 51 former intelligence officers in 2016, right before that election, in 2020, excuse me, talking about how that laptop was Russian disinformation. Yet they didn't see the laptop. They didn't examine it in any way, shape, or form. It's like a coroner that declares a cause of death without seeing the body, right? And many of these intelligence officers went on to work for CNN and MSNBC, and you can't tell them from Rachel Maddow or Keith Olbermann because they're so partisan at this point. So a lot of smoke here, but a lot of fire as well. And CNN, ABC, NBC, all these places either ignored the story or dismissed it like the way we just heard, and it's not going away. It's only going to get worse.
And follow the money. The whistleblower said during his congressional testimony this week that all in, the Bidens made $17 million from foreign sources.
Yeah.
So how was that money spent? Where is it now? And what did those foreign sources get in return for it? And also, what's being done with this information? We know that David Weiss has had this 1023 document for years now. Has there been any follow-up in seeing if any of these allegations are true?
This is why elections have consequences. We would not be talking about this. Everybody talked about how the Republicans failed last year in terms of the midterms. Boy, they came up short. They did gain the House, and that's why we have these investigations and these hearings now. in the end, you're going to see more whistleblowers probably come forward. This is the way it works. It's an avalanche, right? So you see these two gentlemen yesterday, Shipley, and you will find that more people are going to say, you know what, I saw something too, I heard something too, I tried to investigate, I was stopped, I was limited. This is something that's not going away for the Bidens.
Well, listen to this. I mean, the FBI told Twitter Hunter Biden's laptop was real. On the same day, the New York Post published its first article. I thought Jim Jordan did a good job laying this out on Hannity last night. Take a listen to what he said to Sean.
The day that story comes out, the FBI just happens to be meeting with Twitter that same day. And in that meeting, someone from Twitter, we got this from Laura Dimlow, head of the Foreign Influence Task Force at the FBI when we deposed her 3 days ago. That same day, Twitter's meeting with the FBI. Someone from Twitter asked the FBI, is the laptop real? The FBI, some agent answers, yes, it is. And then quickly, an FBI lawyer jumps in the conversation and says, no further comment.
And yet to this day, Joe, Democrats continue to say there is no collusion between them and big tech.
Yeah.
That is a lie.
The FBI, the DOJ, Facebook, Twitter. We talked about collusion a lot as far as Donald Trump and the Russians, which turned out to be not true. The collusion was between all of these entities, which are very powerful. And this is something that makes Watergate look like a walk in the park compared to what we're seeing now. And the big question is, in the end, is Joe Biden, the sitting president of the United States, compromised by the likes of China, Ukraine, Russia, Romania? You go down the list. That's all the places that Hunter Biden made all this money. And if 10% went to Joe Biden, then that answer is yes.
Why the heck would Twitter censor the story about the Hunter Biden laptop if on day one they knew from the FBI that the laptop was real, and it took the media about 2 years to even acknowledge that the laptop was real, even though they had the information
because
from
they
the day it was published.
At the pleasure of the Democratic Party, Carly. No question about it. Fox and Friends starts.
He's taking our job
right now.
I'm Steve Doocy. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
That means your heart.
I think it's crazy that they're trying to deny the whistleblowers and all the corruption by old man Walter. They're always making accusations about Trump, but they don't have anything. They never have any evidence of anything. It's always finger pointing and name calling. They're bringing whistleblowers in and tax documents and wire transfers and all this stuff, and everybody's like, yeah, it's not real. Nah, this is just so-called whistleblowers. I don't know. It's a bunch of nonsense. I don't understand it. Thank you so much, Amy, for the $20 donation. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Amy says you got this. Thank you so much, Lori, for the $20 donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Lori says, please just say I'm a hooligan. You know what, Lori? You're officially a hooligan. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Norman, for joining the membership program over on Rumble. You're officially a hooligan. I appreciate you, Norman. Thank you. Let me read through the chat. I normally don't cover a whole lot of stuff about old man Walter, but those whistleblowers came out and they brought all kinds of stuff and all this evidence to light, and I really think that nobody's going to do anything about it. Like, nobody's going to do anything about it. They're going to let it slide, and they're still complaining about Trump. This last video that we're going to cover at the end, or near the end, is I think it's MSNBC. Let me look. No, it doesn't say. I'm pretty sure it's MSNBC, and it's pretty much a propaganda video, and the only reason we're covering it is so you can see how dumb people are and the way they're talking about Trump and stuff, because Trump said pretty much what we were all talking about the last time we were live. I think they're going to do something bad to Trump. I think they don't want him to win, and I think that they're willing to do worse things than put him in jail. And he's kind of speaking on that in that video we're going to cover later on, where he's saying, like, I think it'd be dangerous if you try to put me in jail. We got passionate supporters. And these idiots, they're like, Donald Trump is making threats against the federal government, blah, 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 blah. Just, I don't know. So stupid. So stupid. So I'm going to read through the chat really quick. While we're flipping this chapstick, you guys can probably hear it. I'm stressed. If you guys don't know, I'm stressed. Max, is Joe Concha getting money from China? I don't know much about that individual. Hey, I appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you guys for going over on Kick and stuff. Money stops. Me too. I fear what they will do. I do too. And I worry about the backlash of it also. Like, I think that would make people lose their marbles. Like, if the government was going to come out and do something bad to any of the Americans at all, right there in front of all of us, if they were to do something bad to him, I think that would be breaking point. I think that would be the civil war they were talking about. That would be the blood in the streets that they're always talking about. Thank you so much, Faded, for the $5 donation over on Odyssey. I really appreciate you, Faded. Thank you. Ran through the chat really quick before we move forward. I know I'm really long-winded today. I am trying, hooligans. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to explain myself. Thank you so much, Astral Hammer, for joining the membership program over on Rumble. You're officially a hooligan, and I appreciate you, Astral Hammer. Thank you. Thanks so much, Norman, for the $10 donation. Thank you so much for the support. Have a beer on me. Oh, we're gonna be drinking later. I was gonna start drinking already, but I didn't want to be a mess. You probably would have had me crying if I would have been drinking and seeing all this support. I probably wouldn't be able to hold it together. Yeah, I don't know. It's not good to fix your problems with drinking. Don't think I'm saying all that, but I just need to numb the pain a little bit. The possibilities. I'm a worrier. I'm a worrier as much as I'm a warrior. And the stress is weighing heavy on me. Hold on just a second. Gotta yell at the cat. Alright, so we're gonna move on to this next one. Try and read as many comments as possible. I don't want you guys feeling like I'm ignoring you. I am not. Skybear, you're having YouTube withdrawals. It's not really, it's not about YouTube. I can't stand YouTube. I just love all the hooligans that are on YouTube as much as all of you guys that are not on YouTube. I just wish that this wasn't happening, not just to me, but it shouldn't be happening to any of us. Like Trump was saying, you know, he wants to make a digital bill of rights so our rights convert over to the internet. And if we had that, this kind of stuff wouldn't be able to happen. They would have to explain to us, you know, why we get punished on not just YouTube but all social media. They couldn't just suspend your account and all that stuff without an actual explanation, especially if you're doing something such as exercising your free speech. They wouldn't be able to just come knock your tower over. Kevin, we gotta have 75 in order to get monetized on Kick, and we're at 65 right now. We got 12 people watching right now. That's so awesome. I don't know. YouTube, they're trash, and we need to get away from them. Yeah, I appreciate you, DCat. Alright, we're going to move forward to this next video. More UFO talk. You know, I haven't heard about the mothership in a while. The Pentagon came out and they were like, there's a mothership in our universe or our galaxy or something. They may be deploying, like, smaller vessels to come and spy on us and stuff and blah, blah. And then it got real quiet and here we are again. So since they got the UFO stuff back in the news, try to pay attention to what they're distracting you from, which I'm assuming it's all this whistleblower stuff, if not something even worse. It's titled, How Do UFOs Defy the Laws of Physics? My favorite was when the disclosure came out and they were like, yeah, there's UFOs. We think the Chinese are flying them. What? What? You think the Chinese have been out here flying UFOs since the 50s? Come on, man. It's like, I don't know what it is, but that stuff just cracks me up. Every time they bring the UFOs up, it's not because they want to provide us with information. It's because they want us to look over here, not over there. So let's go ahead and get this started.
If there's one issue that can bring Democrats and Republicans together, it's UFOs.
Why is the military and the government not just being honest with us? Why are they overclassifying it? Why aren't they being transparent?
They keep telling us they don't exist, but they block every opportunity for us to get a hold of the information to prove that they do exist. And we're going to get to the bottom of it, dadgummit, whatever the truth may be. We're done with the cover-up.
Dadgummit. The House Oversight Committee announcing a hearing with actual eyewitnesses for what the government calls UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. And the Biden administration this week admitting that these things...
They changed the gender of UFOs.
...actual impact on our military.
Some of these phenomena, we know, have already had an impact on our training ranges for, when pilots are out trying to do training in the air and they see these things, they're not sure what they are, and it can have an impact on their ability to perfect their skills. There's something our pilots are seeing.
That's reassuring. Joining me now is Jeremy Corbell, investigative journalist and co-host of Weaponized. It's a podcast that explores the unexplained. Jeremy, what do we know about these some things that pilots are seeing that I guess are interfering even with training missions?
Well, our government knows a lot about them, but the public does not. And the issue is really, it doesn't matter where these machines are from. We know they outpace, outmaneuver, and overperform any of our weaponry. We know they're not China. We know they're not Russia. We know they're not ours. So what we're looking to do is avoid strategic surprise. It doesn't matter where UFOs are from. What matters is we don't have a 360 view of what's going on in our airspace for the safety of our pilots, but also for the safety of America. So that's what this hearing is about, this unprecedented hearing, unlike anything that has ever come before.
Well, a lot of the skeptics are saying, well, this is new technology that's coming from China or Russia. And Congressman Burchett had a really good retort to that claim.
If Russia owned it, they wouldn't be battling in Ukraine. It'd be over. China, they would control us. Even they pretty much do now, but even more so. It's either something that's extraterrestrial or something that we have in our skunk works and listen to the pilots. It defies all of our laws of physics. The human body would not be able to withstand the pressure from this thing. It's beyond belief.
Jeremy, I just want to hear more and more and more on this. I mean,
yeah,
this
look,
is just
all
wild.
of America, the whole world is fascinated by this because guess what? UFOs have been a part of the human experience since before there was even a Pentagon or a Department of Defense. So this idea that it's just some technology built by another unknown nation, it doesn't hold water. So the question is, who's operating this craft? What's the intent? How do they have these performance capabilities? It's really important to understand this is not a new topic. You go all the way back to presidencies way back in the day, and people ran on tickets to tell the truth about UFOs. So it's about time, and we're getting closer and closer with every day. These hearings are historic. Firsthand, direct eyewitnesses, people that have actually engaged UFOs in combat situations, even training. So that's what we're going to see come next week.
Jeremy, can you explain for us, to the extent that you know this, how are these operating, from what they can understand, that defy the laws of physics, to put the pressure on a regular human pilot that would be unsustainable by the human body? Explain that.
Right. So that's a huge story, but essentially it has to do with the propulsion systems themselves. What I can tell you is what we're observing, not how it works. That's what we need to find out. What we're observing are objects that can go what they call transmedium, from space to air to sea, without any inertial effect. So they're able to go at right angle turns at thousands of miles an hour. This is something that we have radar footage, satellite footage of. The public deserves to know this exists. And then the question becomes, whose are they?
Well, doesn't it seem that we've been hearing about the pieces of things that seem like aircraft that have been recovered and are being examined somewhere, but we don't know? We think it's like the night of the museum. Like there's all these things that are talking to each other in the middle of the night. I know there's a movie about that. But where are these items? I'm not going to say spacecraft, but where are these vehicle pieces?
Senator Harry Reid pointed the finger at Lockheed, but there are a number of these holding facilities, and I hope we hear more about that when it comes to the hearings, because those places have been told to Arrow and other organizations.
All right, Jeremy, great to see you tonight. We cannot wait for this hearing. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey.
So I'm not sure when it's supposed to take place. There's supposed to be like an official hearing. That's what they're referencing, like UFO disclosure, whatever. And I'm thinking we'll probably cover it if we can figure out when it's supposed to be scheduled. I still think it's a distraction, though. I think that if Americans thought that there was aliens out there and they were more advanced than we are, that we'd be more concerned about them than the government. And then that's the government forfeiting power over to extraterrestrials. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. If there was actually beings like that, they wouldn't tell us. Just like they don't like talking about God. Because the more people think about God, the more that they only bend their knee to God, not the government. The government doesn't want that. They want you to listen to them, and that's it. The government does not want you to worry about anything other than what the government wants, which is why they got all the rainbow flags and all the, white supreme pizzas is the biggest threat to democracy and all that nonsense that they're always talking about, because they want to be in control of your fear. They don't want you to be worrying about things bigger than the government. They want the government wants you to believe they're the biggest fish that you have to worry about. So, I don't know. I still think it's a distraction. I don't know if there's aliens or not. I believe in anything at this point. I can't even believe half the people that we're seeing, especially the ones out there trying to mutilate their children and under the guise of care. It's a care of some form. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I really like all the memes going on saying, like, if having a wiener doesn't decide your gender, then why are you trying to remove it? I really like all that stuff, because none of that stuff makes sense. All that Democrat stuff just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense in the real world. Like I said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, and we might have to make those punches in the face great again. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you so much, Nefthys, for joining the membership program over on Rumble. I appreciate you, Nefthys. You're officially a hooligan. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ogram, for joining the membership program over on Rumble. You're officially a hooligan. I appreciate you, Ogram. Welcome to the family, you hooligans. Thank you so much, Nefthys, for the $20 donation. I appreciate the support. Thank you. We support you, Jeff. Blessings and love and light. You're awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know about the UFO stuff. I think that stuff's interesting, and it's weird because those orb things that they were showing were all over TikTok, and everybody was saying it's fake, and then the video started getting taken down as misinformation. I saw a couple of them on YouTube. They also got taken down. At one point, I want to say it was back in 2015, YouTube had removed all UFO channels. They said that it was a threat to national security or something like that. So they took down all the UFO videos that were on there. And I think it's changed now. There's a channel I used to watch called Secure Team 10 or Secure Team 6 or something like that. I think it's Secure Team. It's Secure Team, I know that. But they just play like UFO videos and stuff like that, and they got hit. Odyssey actually was created because of that. The people who created Odyssey used to not make UFO videos, but they made videos about UFOs over on YouTube, and they kept getting taken down. They kept getting censored, and then one day their channel got removed because it was against community guidelines because they were talking about aliens and UFOs. And so they left YouTube and created the Odyssey platform. That's why their logo is a spaceman, because that's their interest, is talking about aliens and UFOs and space and stuff like that, which I think is really interesting. And it's kind of another nod, like, we need to leave YouTube because the censorship is crazy, and they need to pay the price. They need to pay the price. They want to censorship. They want to censor everyone out of existence. You ain't going to have any viewers anymore. There won't be any more creators. So, they're Bud Lighting themselves. We need to just keep giving them enough rope. They're doing it to themselves. Thank you so much, Undercrofter, for the $20 donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys, unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. Cheers, Undercrofter. Ogram, thank you so much for the $50 donation over on Rumble. I appreciate you, Ogram. Ogram says, we've got your back. God bless. Keep you and yours. You're awesome, Ogram. Thank you. Thank you so much, OG Diamond-Handed Ape, for joining the membership program over on Rumble. You're officially a hooligan. You're awesome. Thank you for sending me all that information over on Gilded. I haven't gone through it yet. I've seen previews of the messages. Obviously, I've been going through things the last couple days. But I really appreciate it. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to write Rumble and see if we can get that green Dorito. We'll be all official over here on Rumble. No time like the present. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much, you hooligans. Space Ghost. I got demonetized yesterday during the live. I'm sorry to hear that you've been in the hospital and stuff, though. I hope things turn around. First Amendment rights. YouTube is openly commie. Give them the Anheuser treatment. We'll see if they Bud Light themselves, because like I said, I've said a couple times now, I guess I wasn't the only one to get demonetized. I guess like a whole fleet of channels were demonetized yesterday, and they all seem to be the right wing or truth telling. There's like a channel that goes after people that hurt kids, like child predator catcher kind of thing. I know the channel name, but I can't say it. It'll get me in trouble because, you know, YouTube's still monitoring me. But even they got taken down. Just like the Sound of Freedom. People who talk about the Sound of Freedom or they show clips of it, they're being taken down on YouTube. We just need to get away from them. We're in a toxic relationship with the government and YouTube, which is kind of like the same thing. Just ran through the chat really quick before we move forward. I want to read everybody's thoughts on the UFOs and all that. Melissa, there are 2 photos of huge triangular UFOs on my Twitter profile that I took last year in April. I think it's ours. What, you think the UFOs are like us? Like our government or whatever? I think some of them are. I don't know if they're all like that. What is it, the Roswell project or whatever, where the Air Force had shot down a UFO. They told everybody that it was a UFO and that it had crashed because they shot it down and all this stuff, and there was supposed to be a disclosure, and then the next day they said it was a weather balloon, and then they said it was never a UFO. There's no such thing as UFOs. And then after that, there's, you know, theories that they reverse engineered UFOs and that we have our own version of UFOs now. But I don't know what the point of that is, unless it's just to create speculation. Maybe it's a long game. Maybe the UFO sightings that we've seen over the last 50, 60 years have just been the US government. And it's so when times get tough, such as Old Man Walter being called out for treason, they can be like, look, UFO. And people go, oh yeah, let's talk about aliens. Because there's 50, 60 years of UFO sightings and the possibility of aliens. How do you say your name? Marantha? Aliens are fallen angels. There's a lot of Christians that believe that. I think that stuff comes from Egypt hieroglyphs, because their writings on the wall depict UFOs and aliens and stuff, but it also shows like the sacrifice of virgins and stuff like that. But then in the Bible you read about Nephilim and stuff like, you know, all of that, which is angels breeding with humans, and then they create Nephilims, which are red-haired giants and all of that. I don't know if we'll ever know. Not until it's too late. Just ran through the chat really quick. Look at everybody over on Kick. We got 24 people over on Kick. We're 4 followers away from doing the monetization dance. AMC. I think you must be. Let me look really quick. Oh, okay. So no, I don't have it as followers only. Okay, I'm gonna turn followers only on. It's nothing you have to pay for, so don't worry about that. But I'm turning it on. Let me see if I can set it to like a minute. And then if you can't write in the chat, then you'll know that you're not following the channel. But it's nothing you have to pay for. It's just, you know, it's kind of like the subscribe button. But I just turned it on. So if you are watching but you can't write in the chat, it just means that you're not following the account. That way you can tell, because I can't tell who's following me or not. It doesn't say on Kick. What's up, Matt C? What's up, Shadow Patriot? Happy freedom. Not many on Odyssey right now. Yeah. I don't know if it's the interface or what. Things have died down on Odyssey, but there's supposed to be changes to come, and Odyssey doesn't censor anything. They don't censor anything. I don't know. I'm not asking you guys to push the limitations and see if you can get censored on Odyssey, but Odyssey's never given me a reason to worry. I just know people don't really like the interface, which is why I haven't been asking a lot of people to go there. I want to see some updates before I suggest Odyssey, but Rumble's got everybody going over there. Salty Cracker's over there. Crowder's over there. I mean, everyone that, we all talk about, we see, all of us are following the same subjects and stuff. We're all kicked over to Rumble because YouTube doesn't want us. So anybody that really believes in the truth and stuff like that, even more than just the desire of free speech, Rumble's the way to go. Thank you so much, Madeline, for joining the membership program over on Rumble. You're officially a hooligan, and I appreciate you. I don't know why I'm on that screen. Guess I'm not paying attention, doing too many things at once. You guys got me love drunk. I appreciate all of you. We're going to cover this next video titled, Americans Know That Biden is Trying to Bribe Students. Everyone knows. That's the other thing, is these student loans are coming for me, and it's a $200 a month bill that I have to add to my expenses right when I get demonetized. That's rough stuff too. I don't want student loan forgiveness, I just want to be able to pay my bills. Tis what it tis. Alright, let's go ahead and get this started.
Joe Biden, he's refusing to give up on his massive voter buy scheme, aka student loan forgiveness. Reports show that Biden's second attempt at canceling billions of student debt will cost taxpayers a whopping $475 billion over the next 10 years. That's tens of billions of dollars more than the earlier plan that the Supreme Court declared unconstitutional just last month. Well, my next guest says it's unfair, it's illegal, and simply a transfer of wealth. Joining me now is former U.S. Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos. Betsy, welcome to Frontline.
Thanks, Lydia. Great to be with you.
Do the American people not see that Biden is simply trying to buy Democrat votes here, and that it's simply a transfer of wealth from one voting bloc to another?
Well, I think more and more Americans are becoming aware of exactly what he's trying to do, and the attempt was a failure and a flop for the Supreme Court's decision, but now he's trying to figure out another way around it through income-driven repayment plan revisions, which again would just be an illegal transfer of funds from the backs of students who willingly took the loans out to Americans who never did take the loans out. It's not the way to address what is, we acknowledge, a problem, the runaway cost of higher education. But President Biden had best get serious about serious and legal solutions to actually addressing this issue.
Absolutely, and while he's trying to cancel out the debt and make 80% of Americans paid off, what about the farmers? What about the small business owners? What about people who attend trade schools? They're getting the short end of the stick. And then you're seeing our public education system, right? You're seeing failing grades all across the board. They keep saying it's the pandemic. I want you to take a listen to the president of the largest teachers union, Becky Pringle. She was wailing on stage during the keynote speech. I want you to take a listen to this and get your reaction.
You know who you are! You are the idiot! Our mission is clear! We will advocate for the rights of education professionals, and we will change this world for our students with an inner fire burning. We will never bend. Thank you, idiot, for all you do every day for our babies.
Oh my God. Betsy?
Well, it was an interesting way to address a group of professionals, indeed. Look, the NEA and the AFT are just the tip of the iceberg and the tip of the spear in terms of the organizations that really control the K-12 education system and increasingly higher education. And it's part of the bigger cabal that has been focused on the interests of adults, not on the interest of students, and not on the interest of kids, So the only solution to this really is to introduce education freedom policies nationwide. Many states are doing it today, but more need to, and give parents the opportunity to direct and control the resources for their own child's education, as opposed to sending them to buildings and systems that are controlled by people like this organization is populated with.
Betsy DeVos, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you.
Sorry, the audio was low. My mic was on and it was affecting it, and I didn't realize that. But you heard the important part. That woman howling at the moon. Like, I don't know what she thought she was doing. I wasn't being moved by that speech. Moving to plug my ears, maybe. Howling at the moon. Like a psychopath. Like she thought she was at a protest or something. I don't know. I want to look it up. The NEA. I don't even know what that is. Does it even say? It just says the NEA all over their website, but it doesn't say what NEA stands for. If you don't know what it is, guess what it is in the chat. I want to read what you guys think the NEA is. Let me the National Education Association. What is she doing up there howling like that? Like a banshee. Gabby, she's been hanging with Hunter. Maybe she might be on the Parmesan. The Rosa, she had the Holy Ghost. She was speaking in tongues. She was speaking in throats. She was screaming like a psychopath. Like making her voice crack. I don't know. It wasn't good. It made my balls contract. It was just no good. No good. Thank you so much, Mr. Beansy Beans, for joining the membership program over on Rumble. You're officially a hooligan. Thank you so much, Mr. Beansy Beans, for all the support. I'll read through chat really quick. Everybody just cracking up. Melissa, where's the goat? We'll get the goat. Just give me a second here. I couldn't believe the howling. Well, I don't want you guys to feel like you missed out.
Joe Biden.
Hold on, we're just a real quick one. Just for all of you that missed it. So I want you to know. I want you to know how real that was.
You are the NEA! Our mission is clear! We
What
will
the hell?
advocate for the rights of education professionals, and we will change this world for our students!
All right, calm down. That's enough of that. I don't know. It's like, is she starting an insurrection? What is going on with all that? Space Ghost, what do I do about my subscription on YouTube? Did they cancel that? No, you guys can stay subscribed on YouTube. We're still figuring out what's going on with that. You don't have to unsubscribe on YouTube. I was just talking about the memberships specifically because I know everybody got the email. But you don't have to cancel your membership. It's just paused. You're not going to be charged or anything. And just wait 30 to 90 days for the reappeal, and we'll see what happens. But there's not really a need to unsubscribe from YouTube until we get everything figured out. But the more support we have on jeffmaclive.com and Rumble, the less we need to worry about YouTube and their opinion about anything. Look at everybody writing emojis and stuff in the chat. I know the audio was low, so I don't want you guys to feel like you missed out on anything. Her voice has got to be hoarse after that. Oh yeah, the horses are racist. I forgot. I don't know. A little raspy. It's a little raspy. You know, I haven't heard anything about the governor of Texas pushing children into the river in a couple days. I wonder if they debunked those claims. I'm sure the damage has already been done. I'm sure there's a bunch of idiots out there repeating all that. They're like, oh my God, did you hear that the Border Patrol are pushing those poor border crossers into the river, pushing their kids into the river so they get swept away by the current? I can't even believe they said that. And it was literally the day after the governor went out there, had the Border Patrol put a floating border across the Rio Grande so people would stop trying to cross it, because it's killing border crossers that are trying to make it across, and it's killing border agents who are trying to save the border crossers who are getting swept away in the current. So it's causing too much death. They put a floating border out. Next day, Abbott or whoever is being accused of telling the Border Patrol to shove children into the Rio Grande. Like, come on, man. So this next video is titled Donald Trump Jr. It took a Trump character to expose the full extent of the swamp corruption. It's been a while since I've seen Trump Jr. Now, I'm not gonna lie. He looks fairly healthy, but he is very sped up. Maybe he's just pumped up about the speech he was getting ready to give. It's almost like he was doing a little bit of snow. Obviously not at the White House, but that's the only thing I think is weird about Trump Jr. is the energy seems synthetic. It doesn't seem organic. It seems like he's on stuff. That's my personal opinion. Never seen him do anything wrong. He's got a lot of energy. Ghostly, you crack me up. All right, let's get her started.
The swamp controlled indictments, how has that actually, I think a lot of people want to know, how has that affected your family and Trump personally?
Yeah, honestly, you would think that it would be like so much worse, and I think that's the intention, but we've been dealing with this for 7 years. I mean, again, Russia, he's an agent of the Russia, it's treason, again, a crime punishable by death. Like, we've been dealing with this for a long time. Impeachment 1, impeachment 2, you actually get sort of numb to it, and I think the reaction from those people, the reaction from a corrupted DOJ, only shows the American people just how far this country has fallen. It's probably been going for a lot longer than we believe, but it took a Trump character to challenge their authority to actually get them to fully lose their mind. You know, the Trump derangement syndrome. You see that not just in the DOJ and the prosecutions, you see that with today's Democrat Party. You know, when Trump formed, I interviewed Tim Ballard, who's sort of the subject matter of The Sound of Freedom, right? For my podcast this week. And I remember I made 2 phone calls to the White House basically for stuff that I was like, hey, I think you should look at this. One was for the Pebble Mine up in Alaska to stop that because that could have been an environmental disaster. The other, where I said, hey, you guys should just look at this. The other was like, you should really meet this guy, Tim Ballard. So my father does, oh my God, this problem is so real. Human child sex trafficking, it's a real problem. We're gonna set up a committee to look at this. We're gonna fund it with X dollars. The left, we're not gonna do that. This is crazy. Like, I know they've lost their minds, but like, are we really at a point where like, because Trump wants to do something about child sex trafficking and stop it, they're going to do the opposite? I mean, are we really there? And it seems so. We see that with all of this stuff. We see that with the puberty bloggers and the legislation. They want to take children away from parents who don't want to let their children at the age of 3 make a life-altering decision to transition to another sex. Like, this is some insane stuff. So, I think Trump's the only guy, and I'll talk about that in my speech, but I think Trump's the only guy that's really going to do that, right? You talk about the rulings you got out of the Supreme Court last week. They say, well, every Republican would have really appointed a conservative. Really? How many Republicans would have stuck by Kavanaugh? 0? Exactly 0. You had George W. Bush, those guys. Reagan appointed Senator Day O'Connor. Liberals, these are scary things. So not everyone would have done that, and 0 would have stuck by it and had the conviction to do so. And we've seen the results of that with affirmative action, with the censorship of government. Well, it goes, the student debt stuff, they're going to try to reverse that now, but they'll keep cheating and buying votes how they can. But Trump's the only guy that can actually stand up to that.
Yeah, he's got some energy. I don't know, I didn't hear him say anything wrong, though. He seemed pretty right on the mark there. I don't know what speech he was going to give or what event he was specifically at, but as It's been a while since we had Trump Jr. on. You seem right on the money to me. Just gonna read through the chat really quick. Matthew, he's sped up. Yeah, he's 5 thoughts at a time. He's rolling, but maybe it's just nerves, you know, getting up there to speak in front of a bunch of people, and then he's doing an interview right before he goes to do it. Maybe that's what it is. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I haven't heard any indictments or, you know, FBI investigations on him and stuff. I think we're just used to that because of old man Walter and his son, who's a crackhead, and the way they go after Trump. But until they start indicting him, I'm not gonna worry too much on speculating on what Trump Jr. is on. But he's definitely got some energy. What's up, Impreza? Happy freedom. Appreciate you being here. Hey, thank you, Linda. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, DB, for the prayers. Paul Jr.'s based. Yeah, I think so too. Donald, he calls his dad Trump. When I first seen Trump Jr., because I know who he was, the first time I seen him, we were covering a Trump rally back when we were allowed to do that on YouTube. And he came out and was running 90 miles a minute, and I was like, who is this cokehead? And then everybody got mad at me in the chat. And I was like, I don't know who he is. Like, don't yell at me. I don't know what I'm looking at. And everybody's like, that's his son. But back then he was always like, my father, my father, and all this stuff. And I think maybe people can't follow along if they don't know who he is, which I don't know. I don't know the situation. But it seems like he has changed from saying my father to saying Trump, or saying, you know, Donald Trump, stuff like that. Kalikaku. Yes. Everybody lost their badge because I got demonetized, because YouTube censors me. They censored me out of existence. Garlic Press, I don't think you monetize on Kick. I have to apply for it. It doesn't just happen automatically when we hit 77 subscribers or followers or whatever. I have to apply. As long as no one leaves when I apply or in the time it takes them to review my application, everything should be fine. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Shadow Patriot. Appreciate being here. Just reading through the chat really quick. You guys are so awesome over here on Rumble. Got a full house. Podcast Gal. Is it? No, it's Gel. Podcast Gel. He is hyper. Yeah, I think so too. He's running full steam. I think he has more energy than Salty Cracker. Salty Cracker, he's quite frantic at times, but Trump Jr., he is running. That's a Ferrari of a person. What's up, Two Crow? Happy freedom. Madeline, he married Newsom's ex-wife, though. That's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder how that happened. I feel like celebrities only deal with other celebrities because they can't trust anybody else. Because they don't know if that person is there for them or if they're there just because of the money and fame. I don't know. Especially out in California. Stuff out there is really weird. Joe, so he's got all the Newsom's dirt, huh? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I don't know. I've heard people say that they think he's going to run, that Trump Jr. will run. Not for 24, but just eventually. Because I keep saying, you know, if we get Trump in 24, I think we'll have the changes we're wanting. But what's going to happen 4 years after that? You know, what are we going to be looking at after that? I think that's when we'll be looking at DeSantis. But I also wonder if Trump Jr. will run then. And then we'll have another Trump in office. We'll see how it goes. What's up, Shaggy? Appreciate you being on the website. Look at everybody on the website. You guys are awesome. That's probably the most people we've had on the website chat on One Live. Appreciate you guys being over on the website. They can't kick that website over. There's no way. There's no way. I own all of it. I own all of it. There's no way to be deplatformed over on the website. It's our secret weapon. So we're going to cover this next video. This is going to be the last one we're going to show on YouTube, because the one after that, we're going to be talking about some 2020 election stuff, and you already know how that goes. But this next one is titled, Trump says it would be very dangerous if Jack Smith sends him to jail. This is like MSNBC. This is not going to be a Fox or a Newsmax video. This is some crying blue team stuff. And listen to the way that they talk about Trump, because I don't know, they got their man-pons in real deep. They're about to go full septic, and we're gonna hear some crying here. Try not to get too upset at this, because it is hard to hear, but I want you to see how soft people are who don't have their brain screwed on all the way. AMC, does Kick pay any better than Rumble? Kick only takes 5% of all support that comes through Kick. The website is the best because they only take transaction fees, which is like a very small percent. Then Kick, then Odyssey, and then Rumble takes the same amount as YouTube does, but Rumble's not giving me a hard time. Kalikaku, who married Newsom's ex? Trump Jr. did, apparently. Reading through the chat really quick. Shirley, what site is best for you? Rumble or jeffmaclive.com is the best. Not just for me, but I think for everyone. Because Odyssey doesn't have any censorship at all. But a lot of people don't like the interface. So, hey, I appreciate you, Destiny Gal. Alright. We're going to move forward with this. Like I said, we're gonna start with some Screaming Goat, and we'll be ending with some Screaming Goat, because it's almost like I can't never think of the word off the top of my head. Burning Sage. That's what it's like. It's like you gotta try and air it out, get the demons out of here, get the bad spirits out of here. You go ahead and get that lit, because these MSNBC people are off their rocker. They're extra scared today. We're all out of hooligan hankies. They're gonna cry hard about Trump. Just try to enjoy it, because they don't know what they're talking about.
We were talking about this interview that Donald Trump did earlier this week. It was in Iowa, a radio show in Iowa. The former president was asked about the possibility of jail time stemming from special counsel Jack Smith's investigation. Here is Trump's answer.
Is it something that concerns you of the people making sure that they don't go out of their right mind if something like that happens? Because I know what I'm thinking of could happen if that, for example, they do say Jack Smith says, okay, I'm going to put Donald Trump in jail.
I think it's a very dangerous thing to even talk about, because we do have a tremendously passionate group of voters, and I mean, maybe 100, 150. I've never seen anything like it. Much more passion than they had in 2020, and much more passion than they had in 2016. I think it would be very dangerous.
Joe, much more passion than they had in 2020, implying it could be even worse than you saw around the 2020 election. Obviously, just appallingly dangerous stuff to say, given the recent history in this country. And also, as you pointed out earlier, very stupid, as he perhaps comes under indictment here for the events around the 2020 election.
Yeah, I don't know if Donald Trump understands.
What does he think he's doing?
Well, he's talking like a mobster.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if it'd be very dangerous for Jack Smith and
wouldn't
his
want
family.
another riot.
And they're more dangerous now than they were in 2020 or 2016.
Could be worse.
Gene, he's just so stupid. He really is. Yeah. He just doesn't understand. He's going up against the feds. He doesn't understand that he can't bully and bluster and threaten his way out of criminal charges that are coming because he broke the law, because he stole nuclear secrets, because he stole secret plans to attack Iran, because he stole secret military secrets, because he has people all around him on January the 6th that are testifying against him. No Democrats No moderate Republicans, all Trumpers. All the Trump, everybody that he ever hired has gone before the grand jury. Everybody that was around him January the 6th went before the grand jury. All Trumpers. And he's going to be charged for some of the most serious crimes in America. And his response, instead of talking to his lawyer saying, hey, get me a deal. I don't know.
These people are so stupid.
Because they've got me dead to right. My own people are the people testifying against me. Get me a deal. Instead of that, he goes on an Iowa radio show and like a mobster threatens Jack Smith. Has he not looked at pictures of Jack Smith? This guy looks like the judge on Andor. All right?
Yes.
He looks like the
Look at these lizard people.
good guy from the Star Wars galaxy and throws him into jail for life. He doesn't understand. Oh my God, look, I'm scared. You just scared me by putting this picture up. What does he think? Does he think Jack Smith is going to be intimidated by mob-like threats, Gene?
Yeah. And that's not going to happen. Jack Smith looks like a pretty intense guy, and he looks like he's not going to take any of this from Donald Trump. I think Trump doesn't know what else to do. He obviously sees the walls closing in on him. The indictment's coming. Someone must have told him, let him know what the conviction rate is in federal court, which is well over 90% of defendants who were charged either plead guilty or get convicted. I mean, it is. This is a tough situation for him, and rather than make a deal, and rather than try to, somehow keep his freedom, he does this. It can only make things worse for him. It can only make things worse for him, but he just doesn't know what else to do. He's going to run harder and harder and harder to win the presidency.
It's a good picture of Trump.
So he can try to pardon himself. That's I think that's his ultimate move.
It's reminiscent of the stand back and stand by that he said to the Proud Boys. And there's a lot of, I think I will agree with Joe on this one point, although Heilman just texted me and told me not to let you mow me about the Monmouth poll. But he says that, so he said what he said yesterday, very mob-like, right? But he did another interview earlier in the week where he was asked, well, it seems like you kind of like these indictments. And he said, no, it bothers me, right? It was like a little moment of vulnerability that he was showing that, that this stuff is getting to him.
Well, we'll start with one of these. Just cleanse the palate. I told you guys it was extra stupid. They're literally saying he's stupid. What? What? How can you do that? How can you come out and say he's stupid? He hasn't been convicted of any of these accusations. There's been no other side to any of this finger pointing that they're always doing. They're always saying he's all this bad stuff, just like Trump Jr. was pointing out. None of that has been successful. None of that has. So they just keep regurgitating it for the stupid people that watch those shows and believe what they're hearing. And then they go out there and parrot it. You see it on Twitter every day. If you hang out on Twitter for 15 minutes, you're going to see some idiot out there being like, oh, but he was impeached twice. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. If he was impeached, he wouldn't be around to be impeached again. And then they're like, yeah, but it happened twice. Okay, so he was impeached twice, and he was still around for the J6 insurrection that wasn't an insurrection after it had two different trials for it. It had an actual trial, and then they had a board of J6 individuals that selected themselves to go through all the footage, and they also determined that it wasn't an insurrection, but we're still going to call it an insurrection. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Take all the special treatment you're asking for, all those special labels that you hover over your head so you can cling on to them as your whole identity. Take your meds. Go take your meds because you sound crazy. You sound off your rocker. These people are they're out of it. They're out of it. And then they're like, he's threatening a judge. He's threatening. He said it would be dangerous to put him in jail. He's threatening the federal government. Come on, man. Nah. Things are way more threatening at a BLM protest. Get out of here. Get out of here with all that nonsense. Podcast Gel. All of them are people that hurt children. That is absolutely right. They're all child predators. You can see it in their face. And then, and I've said this before, the people who out there crying about being a victim are usually the ones that are the most violent and hateful. And they won't admit to that, of course, because they never admit to any of their own behavior, those soft and stupid people out there. But at the very end, the heavier woman was like, oh, there was a moment of vulnerability because he said that all the indictments are kind of getting to him. And then the two idiots on this side of the screen all laughed about it. Oh, it's a big deal when people pass laws so children can be mutilated from surgery by corrupt parents that are rainbow-loving weirdos. No, that's violence. That's bad, and we need to feel sympathetic about that. Trump constantly being hounded on witch hunts. He's feeling invulnerable. Let's laugh about it. It's a big deal. Let's just laugh in his face. Let's go out there and kick him while he's down. I'm like, come on, man. I thought you guys were real sensitive. I thought you cared about people getting victimized. I thought you cared about people getting the hard end of the deal, drawing the short straw. We all need to worry about those individuals. Not if it's the Orange Eagle. Nope, not then. Not gonna worry about it then. They're so ass backwards. Ghostly, fuck the feds. We're having ourselves a day today. It is a day today. Let's see. Sheep demonetized. Did you do a show with no shirt on again? No. I should have, though. I should have actually did something wrong to actually get demonetized. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff. Yeah, we need the Screaming Hooligan goat just to cleanse the palate. There's no KJP today. Let's see. Be a blessing. MSNBC is nothing but trash. It's true. It's true. I've never really watched their stuff. Like, I haven't come across Jen Balsacki yet because I guess she's got her own show over there, or she did. I don't know if she still does. That was the only time I expected to actually come across an MSNBC video of any sort. But then I seen them talking about Trump, and I was watching it and hearing how scared they were, how frail they were, how soft and stupid they are, the way that they mold the story of what's going on and paint this weird, obscure picture of telling people what they should think and how they should feel about it. And I'm like, you guys, you gotta be raising the stock in the man pond market. Gotta be. See, that's why we ain't got hooligan hankies, because they'd be selling off the shelf right there with all that crying they got going on. So I thought that was quite interesting. So this next one is really interesting, and it has to do with the 16 individuals who are being charged with conspiracy in Michigan. And it's titled False Elector Defendant Says That She Was Duped. And it's really interesting because she's got pictures and receipts and a good amount of things that really connect us back to 2020. Because we were hardcore covering everything that we could back then. And I mean, we would now, but now nothing's ever on camera. But we actually covered this video that they're going to show in the video clip, where it shows the electors not allowed to enter the building and had an officer standing in the doorway. And they were saying, we're summoned to be at the Capitol or wherever they are. We're supposed to be going in. The officer's like, no. And then there's a news clip that says something like they're being refused access to go into the Capitol. Now they're saying that those individuals who are being locked out weren't even who they said they were. And so there's some weird stuff going on. And I don't know if it's a psyop or what it is, but it's really interesting. But the thing is I can't show it on YouTube. So I want you guys to take advantage of that Rumble link that I posted there in the top of the chat. Go head over to Rumble. Thanks so much, Destiny Gal, for joining the membership over on the website. You're awesome. Thank you so much. You're officially a hooligan. I appreciate all the support. Thank you, Destiny Gal. All right, hooligans. So we're going to take a second here. I think we need some more Screaming Goat. I can still hear the lingering in the background of soft, stupid people. But I need you guys to go over to Rumble from YouTube. Everywhere else, you guys are fine. Okay. But if you're on YouTube, you got to head over to Rumble. I got the link at the top of the chat because that's the only way you're going to be able to watch this. So give me a second here. We're going to cut YouTube off.